Some amazing prices. Shop HQ, I think, marked these down to lower than what I remember the watches are going to be presenting at. And there's also a coupon code that you want to write down. And this coupon code is actually going to last up until 11:59 p.m. Eastern. And so that coupon code is MAYWIND20. MAYWIND20. And that will actually save you 20% off your orders of $99 or more, which all four watches that I'll present tonight will actually be, can have that 20% off. So I think that's great. I see Godfather's here. Rick and Lisa is here. I think we missed you last week, Rick and Lisa. Jerry Jones. Felix is here. Let's see who else. Godfather. Tim Shaw. Thank you for being here, Tim. I'm just reading without my glasses here, so hold on a second. Yeah, hi, Jerry. Felix, Godfather. Yeah, you missed a few shows. I remember. I know you guys. I know when you're missing. I know when you're here especially. Okay. All right. Well, more of you are joining, so I'll just repeat that really quick. So it's Invicta tonight. Pricing, I think some of the watches, or if not all of them, are at a lower price than what I remember. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I think they are. But that coupon code it's only good until 11:59 tonight. And that is MAYWIND20. MAYWIND20 on your orders of $99 or more. Each one of these watches on their own will actually qualify for that 20% coupon if you add that in when you're checking out here tonight. And that only goes until 11:59. And then starting at midnight, we'll see if there's another code here coming up then for the next day and or month. Okay, so it's going to be Invicta tonight. I'm sure a lot of you know about Invicta. Invicta is a company that's been around since 1837, all about quality and craftsmanship and design at prices that so many can afford out there. And for Invicta, over 50% of their customer base have 10 or more watches. Now, I know a lot of you right now that are watching probably have more than that 10 mark. I actually know for a fact. So, yes, with that, Watchman, you're here too. Christopher White, thank you for being here. Just see a few of you guys here just out of the corner of my screen. And outside that, Invicta just makes so many different models each and every year out there. The variety and pricing and the overall value of what you get with a 3-year warranty from Invicta is pretty sweet. All right, well, let's kick off the first watch after I tell you to follow Shop HQ on all social media platforms. That is on Instagram, Facebook, X. Follow them on YouTube. Sign up for their text alerts. Sign up for their email alerts. I get those. It's great to be able to see. And also shop around on Shop HQ for some of the other products. So actually, I'm going to meet with Harry this week too, just to talk about a couple things with Shop, and hopefully we'll be coming up with some more ideas eventually here for you guys too, to be a little bit more interactive. The only thing that Shop HQ isn't Shop HQ, it's on TikTok. And if you have TikTok and you're not following them, please follow them. That is Shop HQ Official on TikTok. Now, I am the Ryan Code on TikTok and on Instagram and on X. Please give me a follow. And then on Facebook, it's Invicta Ryan. So, all right. Well, let's kick off the show. And I think I got everybody so far here. Said hello. All right. Well, we're going to kick off with what I think is just a fantastic blend of a couple timepieces here. And we're going to start off with, let me just pull it up here. All right. We're going to kick off right here. And this is going to be that Fusion. 54 millimeters for this watch. It's technically called the 54 millimeter Fusion Quartz Chronograph Mother of Pearl Dial Bracelet Watch. Here it is. Look at this. So what we're talking about at Fusion is that two different watches, it could be from the same collection or different collections, are in a sense designed to go and fit perfectly with one another. So what we have here for the bezel of the timepiece, this is the bezel actually from the Venom Generation 3. Very complex, a ton of different components that actually make up this bezel design with the different bricks, the outer ring for the bezel, the inner ring, and then there are 6 additional screws and those large edges here for that unidirectional rotating bezel. But then it's all built on the Chaos. The Chaos is just an amazing design here in terms of the watch. Very comfortable with this intricate design for the bracelet. You can see these oversized pins going through. I mean, fantastic. We'll get into some more detail. But here's the thing. The MSRP is like almost $1,800. Shop HQ brought it down to $89 or $199. 89% is what I meant to say. But if you use that coupon code that you guys already wrote down, Maywind20, this watch goes down to $159.99. Okay. Now the thing is, there are 6 different color choices. However, 2 are already sold out. So you definitely want to check that out, and I'll show you what I have here for the different color choices. So the one I have right here is called the Blue Mother of Pearl. And you can click on this and check it out for yourself. But the red is sold out. Let's see, hold on. Yeah. Okay, here's the white Mother of Pearl. The red is sold out, the black is sold out. This is a white Mother of Pearl. The next one is olive. It's a little hard to see, but it is olive. And then that gold tone, that's a really nice color option there. So go ahead, click on it, check it out, look at the price, add in that coupon code Maywind20, and you can save yourself there $40, 20% off, $200, $40. You get it down to $159.99. Now look at this timepiece here. You get this beautiful grade A Mother of Pearl for the dial in this light blue and all the other variations. And then you're getting the matching bricks that go apart for this unidirectional rotating bezel here for the timepiece. I love the high polish finish that goes along for a majority of the bracelet. There are a couple of spots that are like down the center link here that's done more in a brushed finish. You can see the Invicta winged logo is also a part of that flip lock safety diver's clasp for the timepiece. Then what you're looking at too is a triple screw down system right over here for your 2 function pushers, and then also the crown for the timepiece. Now, in terms of the movement on the inside, it's the VD53. So that's going to be a quartz movement operated on a battery, and it's going to have your 24-hour scale at that 3 o'clock subdial, chronograph seconds at the 6 o'clock subdial, chronograph minutes at the 9 o'clock subdial. And then, of course, you get your calendar date window between that 4th and 5th hour marker. Just a beautiful design. What you're getting, you get the 200 meters of water resistance. And I know I don't get this, but I think I should start up just a social media page for this cone, because so many of you like this cone for some reason. I don't quite get it. I don't need to. But we're looking right at about that 9-inch wrist, maybe just slightly smaller here in terms of the overall wrist size for this timepiece. So let me just check out a couple comments here really quick, and give me a second. Let's see what we have for comments here tonight. Oh, Jerry and Felix are talking baseball. Mark, thank you, Mark. Let's see. Let's see. Ryan, this is not a fusion watch. Yeah, it's a fusion, Felix. It's a fusion between the Venom and also with the Chaos. All right, let's see. I think I got everybody here. Felix is here, Godfather, Jerry, Watchman, everybody else. Okay, I think we're good. Navy deck. Let's see. All right. We're going to move on here to the next timepiece, and we're going to go on to, let's see, right here. We're going to go on to, from the Sub-Aqua collection. And yeah, good Mother of Pearl. All right, here we go. So we're going to talk about, we got some bigger watches here tonight. We're going to go with the Poseidon. So this is a sweet timepiece. It's technically called the 55 millimeter Sub-Aqua Poseidon quartz chronograph silicone strap watch. There are different colors out there. I'll go through here in just a minute, but look at the dial detail on this timepiece. Yeah, beautiful timepiece. You get the 3 different bezel riders that are part of the watch. And this is the only watch I'm presenting tonight that actually has a strap. So you have the strap with the metal inserts with the knurling. You can see the individual screws that are actually going in here. And look at the case back, and we'll go into more detail in just a moment. So what you're looking at right here MSRP is $13.95. Sale price is $184.99, and with May Wind 2.0 goes down to $149.99. Great deal to be able to get into this timepiece here tonight. All right. Now there are 5 different color choices. There's a rose tone, a rose tone olive, silver tone blue, which I saw before, it's super hot, silver tone champagne, and a silver tone gold tone. I do have them here, but we do want you to click on and just see what there is. So you can see the different color choices right here. You just have to go this way. Hold on. There's the olive. And then here's the silver tone blue, silver tone champagne, and then the silver tone gold tone. All right, let me just go into it a little bit more here for a second. I like the way the dial looks. Yes, I do too. All right, here we go. So yeah, the dial on the inside almost to me looks like when you're flying over the ocean, it almost looks like an aerial view of what you're looking at right here, like with the ocean there. Texture dial, I think, is really, really cool. And that makes sense too with Poseidon. So he always had his trident with him, and he is a Greek god of the water. So look at this, trident here. There's another trident right there for the timepiece. There's one as a crown protector on the watch. And then of course, when you look at the case back, there'll be one on the case back. And does anybody know where the other trident is? Let's see right now. Anybody else know? There's another, I think I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. So crown, case back, here and here. Where's the 5th one? Yep, Mark, I agree. This would go with any outfit. Anybody know where the 5th one is? Anybody have this watch? Let's see. I think there's just a short delay, so I'll just wait a second here. So I'm just looking for that 5th trident, and then I'll reveal it. Yeah, there you go, Christopher. Look at that. It's a hot design. Invicta's on the edge here. High polished case design. You know, a little bit of a smoother design too, almost like a wave of the ocean that goes along even with the case design of this watch. Rick and Lisa, nope, just a guess. Nope. Oh, hey, Juan, good to see you. Guys, look on the second hand. Yes, Godfather just said it right there. I just saw it. Yep, right on the second hand. So 5 different tridents that you get with this watch. Yeah, so you get the 5 different color choices I mentioned. In that Fusion, there are only 4 of the 6 color options are available. All these color options are available as of right now. VD53 on the inside of this timepiece. And then you're getting the 100 meters of water resistance, 55 millimeter case design, case size, and then you're looking at about a 16, 17 millimeter profile for that watch. I should probably polish that one up a little bit. Great looking Sabacqua. Yep, here you go, Juan. I know you just got here, but there's a case back there for you too. Nice and detailed here for the case back. Unidirectional rotating bezel, nice 120 clicks all the way around. Yeah. Yep, I agree, Harry. You can even see the shadows just with that dial there too. So you know it's that, embossed 3D dial here for the timepiece. And then I like this version too, the one that I have with that 18 karat rose gold that's been plated to it. I think it looks really sharp. All right. Well, let's see. I'm going to move. Oh, I forgot. What wrist size? Harry, when we have our meeting, we're going to have to brainstorm why everybody loves the sizing cone here. I don't know what it is. All right, here we go. Oh, Allie, great looking watch, great host. Thank you, Allie, appreciate that. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're almost right, same size, just under a 9-inch wrist size. So again, very, very generous in terms of the extra strap here that's a part of the timepiece. So you know what? I'll put this watch on my wrist for the rest of the live stream here. Okay. Okay. I don't think there are any new comments. I think I caught up with everybody on that one. Let's see. Oh, Juan, I have 2 or 3 of the earliest versions. Yeah. You're signing on for this one. Sweet. There you go. All right. Well, my next live stream, for those of you who just joined, is going to be this coming Wednesday, and that will be June 3rd, and that will be at 7 p.m. Same time, Sundays and Wednesdays, pretty much a given every single week. So, all right. That's right, Navy Doc. Yep, because if the hands are that with a bigger dial, the hands are a little bit longer, and they do put the counter weight on the back. Exactly. Good call. All right, we're going to move on to the next item now, and it's going to be the Akula. And the Akula, yeah, right there. So the Akula really was a stem off from the Diver Collection, which was previously like almost a series, which was also called the Russia Diver Collection a number of years ago. And so what we have is definitely some bling on the wrist. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. All right, and here we go. Look at this watch. We're talking about that 58 millimeter Akula quartz crystal accented gold tone bracelet watch. Regular price is $16.95. It's down to $119.99. But guess what? Use that coupon code MAYWIND20 WIND. This watch goes down to $95.99. Remember, I was telling you that some prices are just ridiculous. This one being one of them. I don't think it's been down to this price before. So check this out. All the different crystals that go around the dial here, there are 50 total crystals. They're just gonna light up. I mean, you want some attention, you want some wrist candy right there. That is this timepiece. And then of course, just as Jerry was talking, you get the tuxedo striping for the dial on the inside of the watch. I like the added element off to the west side of the case right here, because it just really makes this watch completely symmetrical, because you have the crown protectors going both north and south of this. You like the look of it. Yeah, well, Christopher, this one is actually crystals on the inside. They're not the baguette diamonds, but these are 3 millimeter baguette crystals that are part of this timepiece. And you get the PC32 for the movement on the inside. Quartz movement, nice and accurate. And this is just bathed in that 18 karat gold. Now, the two color choices are the silver tone and the gunmetal. So I have the gunmetal, which is this version right here, but here is the silver tone version. So a real clean look here for that watch. So if you're looking to get into something with some wrist candy, this is it right here. Talk about an attention maker. For the last watch too, next one I'm gonna show, definitely get some attention. Now, we do say it's 58 millimeters, but in my opinion, this watch fits on the wrist. I think Godfather would agree. It's right around that 50 millimeter. It feels like a sub-aqua number 3 to me on the wrist. So, Rocky, I'm waiting for the black diamond, approximately 6. Oh, yeah, we had that on, what was that watch? I'm trying to remember. I remember the post I did for it. It was huge. And it had diamonds just all over it. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Yeah, the crystals definitely give it some bling. All right, here, look at this. And then look at the bracelet too. High polish finish for the raised center elements on the watch. And then you get a brush finish all the way around for the rest of it. All right, this watch will fit up to, we're looking probably not quite as generous. Yeah, about an 8.5 inch wrist size. 8.5 inch wrist that you're getting on that particular watch. Bought the silver gunmetal you showed the other day, favorite. Oh yeah, well thank you, Juan. I appreciate that very, very much. Now the thing is, if you know somebody who has a larger wrist size, I think this might be the most generous bracelet that I've ever seen before. From Invicta, maybe there is another one that's more generous, but I measured this before and I'll prove it, but we're looking at about a 10 inch wrist size here. And that's going for this timepiece, which is a 52 millimeter bolt quartz chronograph iridescent bracelet watch. I love right away, you have a very light dial that's either silver tone or incorporating some white for the elements, and then you have just a little accents of orange, but then you just get this complete explosion of color for the bolt cable and everything else on the outside of the timepiece here. The case, the bracelet, front and back. The only things that aren't are the case back and also the clasp right here, which is the upgraded clasp and closure here for this watch. Now, the price on this is typically $1,195. That is the MSRP. Shop HQ has this down to $119.99, which is 90% off. And if you use May Wind 20, this watch then will go down to $95.99. Now, that's ridiculous, all right? What a steal to get this watch at that price. We have the VD54 for the movement on the inside. So what you're getting is your 24-hour scale, the 3 o'clock subdial, chronograph seconds at 6, and chronograph minutes at that 9 o'clock position here for the timepiece. Now, this massive bezel and a 3mm cable, this watch, that is not going to turn at all. I mean, that is locked in. It is good to go. As I mentioned before, probably the most generous bracelet I've ever presented with Invicta before, if not one of them. 10 inches. 10 inches for the bracelet right here in this watch. So yeah, a lot of bracelet is a part of this timepiece here. Let's see. Let me look at some of the comments. Lady Black Diamond, the Ripsaw. Oh yeah, the Ripsaw. I think it was one of the Ripsaws. I had that in women's size without the rope around the face. I get more compliments on that than anyone could imagine. Yeah, that might, maybe it's one of the pro divers. Or I know we had the Speedway 2 that we had. Yeah, a lot of people love the iridescent. When I was training on the ships, the employees at the ship store for Invicta, a lot of people were asking for the iridescent, or they were just drawn at it. There would be a couple hundred watches on the table, and a lot of people just gravitate over to the iridescent timepieces here. Oh, Watchman, you have 2 of these in this colorway. Godfather says the iridescent plating gives the watch a heat-stressed metal look. Yes, exactly. And I mean, look at, I could put the watch on without even taking off the clasp right here. So here it is on my wrist at 52mm quartz. Using May Wind 20 takes this watch from $119.99 down to $95.99. All right, last 2 watches. You get these 2 watches for $95.99 each by using that code May Wind 20. So you're looking at about $192 for both of these watches right here. Invicta will provide you that 3-year warranty that covers the internal components of the watch. Yeah. Let's see. Ryan, you can do that when you have a 6-inch wrist. Felix, come on, man. I'm a 6 3/4 inch wrist, man. Don't forget that 3/4. All right. Yes, thank you, Jerry. Love the cone and love the iridescent plating. Have a few iridescent myself. Let's see. One, torn between the rose and the rose olive. Yeah. Let me look at them really quick. Yeah, I see the rose olive. Well, here's the rose, the one on my wrist. You can get a real, I don't have a sample of the rose olive one. I'll just go really close on this so you can see this live. So I got the rose right here. Silver tone case, but they have the rose tone bezel and the rose inside. Silver tone here for the elements that go into the bracelet. Yes, that's right, Navy Doc. Daniel Green, unless his wrist changed sizes, he's 6, or no, maybe I think he was 6.5 actually, 6.5 inches for his wrist size. Oh, is it? Hold on. I didn't check that for sure. Let me just look one. That will happen on occasion, and I don't know why. Let's see, the rose olive. You know what? I do see that. So it looks like, I apologize, you guys. So the rose tone is $184.99. That's before the coupon. But if you get into the rose olive, the silver tone blue, silver tone champagne, and also the silver tone gold tone, that's actually $149.99. So that will bring it down to, you'll take another $30 off. So it'll bring it down to $119.99 for that Poseidon, which that's a great deal. So, yep, thank you for that. And every now and then, I think what happens is getting it for the distributor with the purchases they make, sometimes they're higher or lower, and I think that's probably what affects things. But here, actually, let me just talk about this watch really quick, and then I'll because I forgot to mention, there are 2 5-star reviews already on this, and Benjamin says, I like this watch a lot, and Nathaniel B says, nice. They both gave 5-star reviews on this timepiece, and I forgot to mention there was another one here that we had, and you guys are starting to bring in the reviews, and we appreciate it. So the first one, the first item, which I'll just click on and go to, which was the Fusion. So this Fusion actually has 8 different reviews, and 7 of them are 5-star reviews, and 1 gave a 4-star. Scott says, I am a collector and have many different timepieces from Invicta. I'm very happy. Shannon L, I love the watch. Montel, I don't know if that's Montel, that says amazing. Caesar said very good. John N said great watch. And Terrence said beautiful watch. Arrived in a timely manner with no issues to note. So that's really cool. So go ahead and put those reviews, or give those reviews, the watches that you buy. We'd love to be able to see them out there. And let me just see if there's anything else. That's right, Daniel Green and I are, Candy has a 6th interest. That's correct. Yes. Let's see. Juan, did you get a good look at that? Yeah, I showed that. I showed you before. Okay. The Fusion is from he, says Jesse Dixon. And good to see you here again, Jesse. Appreciate that very much. All right. Well, I'm going to head on out. I'm going to go grab dinner with my dad here, and I will see you on Wednesday. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, June 3rd. And then I have a couple TikTok shows coming up on both Thursday and Friday. I believe they both start at 11 a.m. Eastern. Follow Shop HQ on TikTok. That's Shop HQ Official. Follow me, the Ryan Code. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, I got you taken care of there, Juan. Great, thanks. Appreciate that. And thank you, Mike. So you guys enjoy, and I will catch you here in 48 hours on Wednesday night. Or actually, nope, that would be 72. 72 hours. Catch you then, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday.